Hello children, hope all of you are fine. Let us study social studies of class 8. In this children we are going to study chapter 10. This is my second video on this topic, landlords and tenants under the British and the Nizam. In my first video we have studied about permanent settlement, the permanent settlement in Bengal. In this video we are going to recall about the permanent settlement in Bengal and its results. What were the results of permanent settlement when they have introduced this system? Now, according to the permanent settlement children, as I have explained you before, the reason for permanent settlement, the Britishers, they thought that through permanent settlement method they may increase the income, as they have to maintain the army, they have to meet the expenses of trade and war. They wanted to increase the revenue. So in doing so, they realized that they are in need of more money. So they adopted a system wherein they said the farmers that they have to cultivate more number of cash crops so that they can export it to England. Cash crops like cotton, indigo, sugarcane, these crops they want the farmers to grow. And as they wanted to increase the revenue children, they were interested to spend money in agriculture field also in order to get more yield. So when they have introduced this system children, Cornwallis was the Governor General of India, and when they have started this system of permanent settlement, as per this permanent settlement, they decided, in this system was started actually in the year 1793. At that time the Governor General of India was Cornwallis, who was appointed by the East India Company, that is through Britishers he has been appointed. So according to this system children, the zamindars played very important role because they were the mediators between the British government and the peasants. Zamindars used to collect the tax, that is whatever amount that was decided. According to the permanent settlement, they have to give a fixed amount of money every year to the British government. For future years also, this would be the price they have decided. The revenue was fixed at that time. Now, the zamindars, they played as intermediaries between the British government and the peasants. So, these zamindars used to collect the tax from the people, that is from the farmers, and they used to pay it to the British government. As per the deed children, the British government, they said the zamindars that you have to collect the tax from the peasants, 90% you have to pay it to the British government, and 10% you have to retain with you, that is the zamindars, as their service charges. Now, as per the deed children, the zamindars started collecting tax from the people, but whatever was decided by the British government, they were not collecting that much. They were collecting more and more amount of revenue from the farmers, and the farmers were unable to pay this revenue. So what happened as a result of this? Many farmers, they became defaulters, and they were unable to pay the amount year wise. They started paying every month rent, and that was during the time of famines. They were unable to pay even the amount that was decided as rent, and as a result children, many of the zamindars, they became defaulters to the British government, because as per the deed children, as per the decision taken by the British government, the zamindars were responsible for collecting the tax and paying it to the British government, and the farmers, they started evicting their land. Now, the results of this permanent settlement, as you know that British government, they have started this system so that they can improve the agricultural fields, so that they get more and more amount of crops and they can export it to England, and in this way the revenue will also come. There will be regular flow of money for the British government. Thinking in that way, they have started this system. Now let us see what were the results of permanent settlement. The company officials soon discovered that zamindars were in fact not investing in the improvement of land. The revenue that had been fixed so high that the zamindars found it difficult to pay. There were no remissions of revenue in times of crop failure and famine. Anyone who failed to pay the revenue lost his zamindari. Numerous zamindars were sold off at auctions organized by the company. This created much instability in the villages, and the old zamindars were rapidly replaced by the new ones. So here children, as I said you, the zamindars were responsible for improving the land, and the amount whatever was fixed has to be paid by the zamindar. The British government was nowhere responsible. They were not interested to go to the peasants. The zamindars were responsible for collecting the tax and paying it to the British government. But the zamindars, they did not bring any improvement. You have also seen that they started collecting rent instead of the revenue that was fixed. If they were collecting revenue also, the amount that was decided by the British government was less, and they used to collect it more. And at the time of crop failure or famines, for such reasons also they were not giving any remission. No facilities were given. They have to pay the revenue to the government. So the peasants were unable to pay the fixed amount of money to the East India Company. As a result of this, it created a lot of instability. The zamindars keep on changing. They were replacing the old zamindars. They were removing the old zamindars, and they were appointing the new ones who can pay to the British government. So by 1920s, what happened? All of a sudden the situation changed. Why the situation changed here? The reason here is the prices of grains in the market rose and cultivation slowly expanded. So here children, the farmers, they were able to cultivate more number of crops, and they were able to earn a huge amount of money. They were able to pay the tax easily, as well as they were able to save some money for themselves. But there was no gain for East India Company, because whatever amount that was decided has to be paid to the British government. The British government was not happy, because the zamindars they were gaining some money, that is, they were having profits, they were making profits, but there were no profits made by the Britishers, because the British government, it has decided the fixed amount of money that has to be paid by the farmer. Even the zamindars were also not interested to improve the lands. Some of them, they lost the lands in the early years of settlement. Others now saw the possibility of earning without the trouble and risk of investment. As long as the zamindars could give out the land to tenants and get rent, they were not interested in improving the lands. Now the zamindars were also not interested in improving the land, because the farmers, they were making the money and they were ready to pay it to the zamindars, and zamindars were paying it to the government. So there was no interest that was made by the zamindars also in improving the land. Now as the population kept changing children, that is, the population was increasing rapidly, and the zamindars were changing. The one who was able to pay the fixed amount of money properly, that is regularly, they were kept. On the other hand, in the villages, the cultivators found that the system extremely oppressive. The rent they paid to the zamindars was so high, and their rights on the land was insecure. Now here children, as I said you before, some of the zamindars, they were not collecting the exact amount that was decided by the British government. They were collecting, instead of fixed amount of money annually, they were collecting rent. Some of the farmers, they felt it very troublesome, and they started evicting the land. And they were even not happy that from many generations the land on which they were working were taken away by the zamindars. So they felt it insecure, and they decided to evict the land. To pay the rent, they had to take loans from the money lenders, and when the farmers failed to pay the rent, they were evicted from the land that they have cultivated from generations. That is, some of the farmers who were unable to pay the rent to the zamindars, they have to evict the land. So this was very much difficult for them to do, and they were not interested to they were not interested in cultivating the crops. Now just let us recall, children, what all we have studied under permanent settlement. Lord Cornwallis introduced the permanent settlement system in 1793. Zamindars were asked to collect the rent from the peasants and pay the revenue to the company. The revenue was fixed permanently to ensure a regular flow and secured flow of revenue. After paying fixed revenue, the remaining amount was for zamindar as a profit. Zamindars were motivated to invest in the improvement of land. Permanent settlement. What was the aim? The British agrarian policy aim was to gain more and more revenue from the villages. Zamindars were the mediators between the British East India Company. Revenue is fixed. Now here, children, here you can see one of the example that is given. The revenue, for example, if the revenue decided by the British government was 5,000, so the zamindars used to collect 7,000 from the people. They used to pay again 5,000 to the British government as it was decided. Now this 2,000 was the profit that was gained by them. This was the income that they used to keep it into the pockets, and apart from that they used to get some other amount, that is the 10% for collection charges. For their service charges they used to get from the British government also. So in this way the Britishers were gaining. But if at all at the time of crop failure and at the time of famines, the amount was fixed. That is, it was the responsibility of the zamindar to pay the tax to the British government. Like at the time of crop failure, if the peasants are not paying the amount that was fixed, suppose they were paying 4,000 only, the British government was nowhere responsible for this. That is, either it is a profit or loss, the zamindars were responsible. They have to pay the tax, that is 5,000, that was decided by the British government. In this way, children, the zamindars were becoming defaulters. The peasants were unable to pay the zamindars, and zamindars were unable to pay to the British government. And as the time passed by, they kept on changing the zamindars. Hope you have understood this video, children. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe my video. Thank you.